Senate Republicans are set to lead a hearing looking into the alleged cover-up of then-President Biden's mental decline. 3 witnesses are expected to testify today, none of whom worked in the Biden White House. But the Senate Judiciary Committee is looking to see if anybody in the administration or the media were involved in hiding President Biden's health struggles. Joining me now is former White House press secretary for President Trump, Sean Spicer, of course, NewsNation political contributor. Sean, good morning. You were one of the witnesses at this hearing today. You obviously didn't work for Biden, but, so with that, what exactly will you be offering up today?
Yeah, so thanks for having me. I think there's 2 things that the committee has asked me to share my experience with. Number one, the normal interactions that a press secretary and senior staff would have with the president, how many times they'd be interacting with him on a daily basis to get his guidance on how to execute his agenda. And number 2, I think particularly in my position, the juxtaposition that occurred from how the media covered President Trump versus how they covered President Biden. So in my testimony, I'm going to lay out a handful of instances from CNN, The Washington Post, NBC, where they blatantly called out, using their phrase, Markie, without evidence, questions about President Trump's physical and mental acuity and fitness for office overall. And yet those same outlets were noticeably silent throughout the Biden administration when it came to obvious physical and mental decline that he exhibited.
And Sean, what's the end goal of this hearing, especially with the Biden White House being said and done? Republicans aren't worried about him running for office again. He's hung that up. So what's the point here at the end of the day?
Great question. The point is that we need to be on watch going forward into the future, as far as I'm concerned. Look, we've seen this before in our history. Remember FDR, where the media and the staff was complicit in covering up his physical condition at the time. We now, the question is, did we see that again? Who was making the decisions? Were people, when former White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said that she could run circles around the president, was she lying or was she covering up for him? Or was she just in horrible medical condition? That's obviously a possibility as well. But the bottom line is that we need to know going forward what the telltale signs are, what to look for to make sure that this doesn't happen again.
Just because you bring up, KJP, you teed me up here. Let me play a clip for everybody at home where she frequently shot down questions over President Biden's mental acuity, even going so far as to say this back in 2023.
It is hard for us to keep up with this president who is constantly working every day to get things done and making sure that we are delivering for the American people.
As someone who spoke on the president's behalf, has just left the Democratic Party in the wake of her time as press sec and is now releasing a book on it, shouldn't she have to testify in her role here?
Yeah, I mean, look, James Comer on the House side is going to have a similar hearing with Biden aides to ask. I hope he asks her because, as I said, there's only 2 logical conclusions from that statement that she just made. Either she is in failing medical condition in need of serious help, and hopefully she can embrace the MAHA agenda and get on the path to wellness, or she was blatantly lying. But it's one of the 2 because we know that President Biden could not run laps around anything. And so it's just, to me, again, with the scrutiny and the intensity that I faced as a press secretary for mistakes that I will admit to, by the way, the idea that they let her get away with a statement like that, which on its face was patently false, it was a lie, and yet no one questioned it at the time. They let it go. And part of the point of the committee hearing today at 10:15 is to say why. What were the differences? Was it a cover-up? Were they just blatantly stupid? But at the end of the day, there's only a possible couple of outcomes that you can conclude based on how the difference of how the Trump administration was covered from the Biden administration.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.